Welcome everybody, how are you doing? Here we are turning TURDS into diamonds once again with AFC Rushden and diamonds, and there is only one place to start today. The Thomas Hughes transfer saga is over. In the biggest turnaround I have probably ever seen in FM, he has signed a new contract. At the start of the season, he was refusing to speak to me for not allowing him to move to Southend. He did, of course, have that £7,500 offer just before the playoffs last season, which obviously I refused. £7,500 for a 30-goal non-league striker, an absolute insult. He could have gone to the Vanarama National League with Southend. I did spend the summer offering him out multiple times. I don't think I ever went less than offering him out for 30,000. We got no offers. In the end, he recognised that there was no teams in for him. He asked to be taken off of the transfer list, and then a little while later, I saw that I was able to offer him a new contract, and he was interested in signing. So he's upped his wage from £250 a week to £325, with a nice little loyalty bonus there. And well, we have got one of our most important players signed up for another 2 years now. I really do think he is an absolutely fantastic player. I think he is more than capable of playing the Vanarama National League, maybe even League Two, perhaps, the ex-Ipswich man. And you can see that right now he has been playing as a left-sided inside forward, and it hasn't stopped him getting in amongst the goals, being moved out to the left there. He's got 8 in his first 11 games this season, playing absolutely fantastic. He is our best player right now. So I'm just delighted to have that saga over with. Really, really fantastic news. So happy about that. Kalen Hazeman, who was the other one who had the big summer transfer saga, he is happy to stay at the club now, but he is not interested in signing a contract. I really hope that can change as the season goes on, because he is, I would say, the one player in our squad that is undoubtedly a football league level player. So really important it would be really important, if I can just get my words out, to keep hold of Kalen Hazeman, because he does have a very high value, but right now it is going down and down as he runs out his contract. So hopefully we can keep hold of that. You can see here, looking at the table, that we are right at the top of the league with a 100% record, 7 wins from 7 games, with 3 points clear with the game in hand, which is fantastic. But today it is all about the FA Cup. We are playing Radcliffe away. Radcliffe are, if I click on them, 13th in the Northern Premier League Premier Division. They are an average team. I think this is a winnable game. They have played 8 games, won 1 and drawn 6. So they are not easy to beat. But the big thing here is this is the 4th qualifying round. This is an incredible opportunity to get to the first round proper of the FA Cup. We have had a really favourable draw in every round so far. If we have a look at our results, you can see we have won every game this season, and we have been drawn against lower league opposition. I've got loaded up in this database up to tier 7 of the Football League, which is where we are, and every team we have played so far has been lower than that. So lower league opposition in every round. Really, really favourable, and that has allowed us to reach the 4th qualifying round without any real challenge so far. And so now to face a team from the same level as us, who are mid-table in their league, it just represents a great opportunity to get to the first round proper for the first time. So I'm really hoping we can take advantage of this and get through to that first round, because as you can see, the overall balance in the bank is still around 150,000. So far this season, we are a little bit shy of £8,000 down, which hopefully we can make back with this game we're about to play. But to really start putting a dent in that, we really need to get to the first round and hopefully get drawn against a huge club. I would love Sunderland away or Hull away. I mean, Sunderland away, I mean, that would probably just wipe out this £150,000 debt in one foul swoop. So we've got to really turn it on in this game. Before we do that, I've got a few things to tell you about before we get into this first game. First of all, I realised that in the end of season review a couple of episodes ago, I went through everything that was happening in the Football League. We had a look at the Champions League. We had a look at who's won the Ballon d'Or. We saw Liverpool and Mo Salah dominating everywhere. But what I did forget was that there has been a World Cup in 2022. Now, I have not checked this, so I'm looking at this in real time with you guys. Let's see who came up. It was Belgium who won the World Cup. So that was pretty crazy, beating Italy in the final. And yeah, so if we have a look at stages, let's have a look at the last tournament. So let's have a look. So from the second round on, let's have a look at it as a tree. So yeah, so Belgium won the World Cup, beating Italy. Italy beat Germany in the semi-final. Belgium beat Argentina. Argentina beat Brazil in the quarter-final. Croatia were there, losing to Italy. Uruguay lost to Germany. And Belgium beat France. Belgium had a hell of a run to get to the final. France, Argentina, and then Italy. You can't deny them the win. England lost to Germany in the second round. So that was a very, very interesting tournament, it looks like. So if we have a look at, let's have a look at the detailed player stats. Who was the top scorer in the World Cup? Okay, it's not letting me look at it, I guess because it's not on the current season. If we look at awards, we can see that Immobile was player of the tournament, followed by Lukaku and Axel Witsel. Okay. Yeah, so there you are. Belgium are the world champions in this game. I can't look at the match, so we can't see who scored the goals, but yeah, there you go. So an interesting World Cup tournament. I just wanted to quickly scoot over to that. What I also wanted to show you about was I've been doing a little bit more business in the transfer market since you were last here. So I have signed two players. First, I'll show you Jordan Cropper. He's a nice little right back, decent for our level. Could probably do a job in the Vanarama regionals. I like his determination and concentration. His positioning as a right back is very, very good, as is his marking. Tackling's decent, but he's also got good passing. He's got an absolute weapon of a long throw. So expect on the right side for us to be employing long throws from now on. Decent crossing as well, which obviously we want in a fullback. And his physicals are excellent. He's got decent pace. He's very strong. He can jump and head the ball. So I think a really, really good little signing, and that is going to allow us to move on Jim Fenlon. He's going to play today, or he's going to be on the bench today. But the big difference between him and Jim Fenlon is Cropper is getting £160 an appearance. Jim Fenlon makes £250 an appearance. And if we just compare the two, you can see that Jordan Cropper is the far superior player. Jim Fenlon has dropped off quite a lot over the last couple of years because we don't do a lot of training, and obviously we haven't managed to go up and become professional. He has sort of gradually dropped off, so he's really not a £250 a game player anymore. And yeah, so Jordan Cropper just beats him in absolutely everything, really, apart from the physical side. But Jordan Cropper is not bad physically. If you look at the polygon, we can see, again, Jordan Cropper, clearly the better player. The only thing is that Jim Fenlon can play on both wings. But as I do have two very good left backs, I am prepared to let that go. So Jim Fenlon in the squad today, but it will be his last appearance for the club as Jordan Cropper comes in. The other signing, I'm really excited about this one. Mark Miller. Have you seen a better 16-year-old in the non-league levels? Absolutely awesome. 13 passing and 13 first touch, 15 technique. He is a superb technical 16-year-old player. And if we look on the mentals, 12 composure, 12 anticipation, 10 decisions, 14 flair, 13 teamwork, 13 vision to go with his 13 passing. He's just an exceptional playmaker. And the best thing about this, we got him for nothing from Stalybridge Celtic. He'd already played 2 games in the Northern Premier League as a 15-year-old, and we now have him. I think the only danger is that, again, we don't do enough training for him to maybe develop as he should, but he's just got incredible potential. Maybe light-hearted personality is not the best in terms of his determination to develop. But, I mean, he just looks a fantastic 16-year-old player. So you can see he's had a couple of appearances off the bench. He's going to get games this season. He's a player I really want to see if we can develop. I think he can just be an absolute superstar, and another one that maybe in the future could be moved on for a lot of money. So he is only earning £5 a week on a youth contract right now, but he has signed to earn, I think, £30 an appearance. So that is an absolutely sensational signing. And well, apart from that, we do have a couple of other offers. Well, you can see here there's a few different offers going on. We've offered Scott Rees a contract as a youth team coach, just to get him in the under-18s. He's a very good coach for our level. 12 defending, 14 working with youngsters, 15 people management is excellent. That is obviously as an assistant manager. As a coach, I mean, he's got good determination, good discipline and motivating. So I think he's a very good youth team coach. And so I'm just going to make that little investment to bring him in there. And you can see here, I've got 3 players that I've offered a contract to. I don't know if I'm going to confirm all 3 of these, but I mean, we'll start with Sam Mantum. We've got him in on trial at the moment. He looks pretty good. I've offered him a contract. I think he wants about £160 a game, which again is very cheap. I don't know if I'm going to confirm it though. I mean, I don't really need another midfielder, especially bringing in Miller. But I mean, just what I can see of him right now looks pretty good. So I want the option. I will wait and see exactly how good his stats are before I confirm this or not. But he just looked a decent enough prospect. Marco Ramkild, who we looked at in the summer, is now prepared to accept a much lower wage. He wanted £475 a week in the summer. He is, of course, ex-QPR, has made 1 appearance in the Championship 3 or 4 years ago. He is now willing to accept £190 a game. He can play on the left wing or as a forward, and he's got that brilliant anticipation, composure, and off the ball that makes him a fantastic striker. His decision's a little bit lacking, but he's a great finisher. He did very well in pre-season, but just wanted that big contract. So again, I'm wondering whether to confirm that or not. At the moment, I'm thinking not, because I have also offered a contract to William Osula. Now, he's another one that we offered a contract to in the summer. He has left Sheffield United, the 20-year-old. We offered him a contract in the summer. I think it was going to be about £190 a game. He has now completely reduced his demands. He is going to come in for, I think, £65 a game. So it is so cheap that I am going to confirm it. But also, I'm going to confirm it because, I mean, you can see what he's got going for him here. 11 dribbling, 11 finishing, 10 first touch. Very, very good technical aspects for a striker. 15 off the ball. I mean, that is just That is elite level for our league. 15 off the ball and 12 decisions. A little bit lacking in composure and anticipation. But look at his physical ability. Absolutely nuts. And I tell you why I want to confirm this for £65 a game. If we compare him to Demalio Brown-Sterling, he is better. He is better than Demalio Brown-Sterling. If we look at the attributes, technically they're even. But again, he's just got that great finishing and dribbling ability that Demalio Brown-Sterling doesn't have. Demalio is another player that has gradually kind of dropped off with the lack of training over the last couple of years. Mentally, they are also rated the same. But again, in terms of decision making off the ball, I think William Osula has just got a couple of good aspects to his game there. But then on the physical side, I mean, I thought Demalio Brown-Sterling was just an absolute physical specimen at our level. I didn't see another striker that could really compete with him all round. But with that 12 rating for his physicals, William Osula, I think, can just be a really dominant athlete in this league. Yes, there are things that Demalio does better. His concentration, which again is very important for the striker. His bravery, just to get in the box and put himself in there. His determination a little bit better. But I just think all round, this could be the player that perhaps takes Demalio Brown-Sterling's place away from him. And that is because although he has 11 in 11 games this season, he's kind of been dropping off in the league. He's only got 3 in 7. He has got 4 in 8 games in the FA Cup, which has really boosted his numbers. You can see compared to what he's done the last 2 seasons, Demalio has not had the best of starts this season. Still playing very well, but he's missed a lot of chances. That first game of the season where he hit the post twice and ended up just scoring a penalty, that has kind of been the story of his season in the league. So I think William Osula is going to come in, and I can imagine him really competing for that starting place with Demalio. Anyway, before we get into this FA Cup game, let's have a look at how results have gone. When we were last here, we played Stratford and we played St Neots. We then went away to Tamworth in the league. We won this game 2-1, as you can see, but I mean, it didn't really tell the story. We completely dominated the game, completely played them off the park. Demalio Brown-Sterling and Thomas Hughes getting the goals. And Aaron Blair, who was actually with us on loan from Tranmere last season, he scored for them, came off the bench to score on his debut and make it a nervy last 25 minutes. But we did hold on and we got a deserved win. Very good performance there. So I was pleased with that, not least because, again, we'd only had a few days rest since the St Neots game. So that was a good win there. Couple of players came in like Leo Gaxa and O'Neill. Fenlon came in. Warner Ellie came in. So we made a few changes and still put in a fantastic performance against a good team. Then next game at home against Colville, much the same. You can see we completely dominated here. They did not even have a shot on target. Jack Brown got the goal. We couldn't find a second. Demalio Brown-Sterling was very disappointing. But in the end, another brilliant performance, 68% possession. This change to the 4-2-3-1 has just given us so much more control. We now don't let teams in on the wings with their fullbacks. We're much less susceptible to the counter-attack. So although we're scoring less goals, we are really controlling games and really looking so much better defensively for the change. We then played North Lee away in the first qualifying round of the FA Cup. And as you can see from the team here, I changed pretty much the whole squad. Ferry came in, Warner Ellie, Upwood, Richardson and Fenlon in defence. Spencer got a start with O'Neill in midfield. And Gaxa came in for Brown-Sterling up front. He has not been playing well in the appearances that he has made. But if we watch the game here, you can see they went 1-0 up and then 2-1 up, although they did only have 2 shots on target the entire game. They were up twice, and it wasn't until the 79th minute that we actually went ahead in this game, when Demalio Brown-Sterling came off the bench. We changed to last season's formation at 2-2. We changed to the 4-3-1-2, and that really made the difference in the end. We were kind of struggling to break them down. You can see first a horrible goalkeeping error. Hughes with a brilliant free kick to equalise, but they then scored another free kick header. So those were their only 2 shots on target in the game. Jack Brown with a brilliant equaliser at the start of the second half. And it wasn't until we made that formation change and brought on Demalio Brown-Sterling that we really took charge in this game. So here he goes, brings it down nicely, slots it in. And the last kind of 20 minutes, the difference in class really started to show. O'Hara, who came on, set up Brown-Sterling for a second. And it was then Demalio Brown-Sterling completing his hat-trick from a Hughes assist that gave it that little bit of shine at the end. 5-2 winners and into the second qualifying round. So a little bit of a scare, but we got the job done in the end. Back to the league, and we beat Royston 2-1. Another 2-1 here. And again, we were much the better team. They only had 2 shots on target. Their equaliser was in the 90th minute. We'd been in good control before that. Thomas Hughes with 2 goals, both at the end of the first half. The first a penalty. It was another one of these games where we were dominating, couldn't break them down. Brown-Sterling was once again disappointing. Every team now is really playing deep against us. The ball in behind for Brown-Sterling doesn't really work, can't really take advantage of his physical attributes. So we've been playing much less to look for the ball in behind. And it does seem to have kind of stunted him. We then went away to Plymouth Parkway in the second qualifying round of the FA Cup. Now, they were relegated from our league last season. I didn't know this. I didn't really look at the relegation spots. They were in mid-table for most of the season. I thought they were pretty much comfortable. And then they ended up occupying the last relegation spot. I did play a full-strength team, and you can see we really did just blow them away. Again, they only had 2 shots on target, scored from one of them, unfortunately. But again, Demalio Brown-Sterling got 2 here, Hughes and Jack Brown, and Onariase got his first goal of the season. He has been phenomenal at centre-back, the big 6'4" centre-back. Our twin towers at the back have been sensational. In a moment, we'll look at the league table, and you can see just how good. After Plymouth Parkway, it was last season's league runners-up, Banbury, at home. And again, a similar story. We did control the game. They only had 2 shots on target. It was a Brown-Sterling goal in the second minute. We couldn't find another breakthrough, but we win 1-0. As you can see, we have struggled to really kill games off. It's not like last season where we've been scoring 3, 4, 5 a game, but maybe conceding 2 or 3. We haven't been conceding at the other end. We have controlled it much more. But yes, the goals have been more limited. That was not the case against Shildon in the FA Cup third qualifying round. They are another lower league team. And here, although we did give them 5 shots at goal, we did blow them away really. 35 shots for us, 16 on target, a 6-goal XG, which we managed to achieve. And again, Brown-Sterling got another hat-trick to bump up his numbers for the season. Max Waltman got a goal, or he got 2 goals, sorry, as did Thomas Hughes. And Jack Brown with 3 assists was just on phenomenal creative form in this game. So another really pleasing win there. Again, we went full strength, and it really showed, just to make sure we got to the 4th round. We then took on Peterborough Sports, our big rivals, who beat us in the semi-final of the Southern League Cup last season and ended up winning the trophy on penalties in the end. Whilst they did get relegated, we played them in the Southern League Cup 3rd round. We beat them 1-0 with a totally changed team. Again, we struggled to kill the game off, but we did completely control and dominate. So a little bit of revenge for last season over Peterborough Sports. And you can see it was really only Waltman and Hughes that kept their place. Although the formation here shows 4-2-3-1, I did actually change to the 4-3-1-2 with Hughes and Gaxa playing up front together in front of Waltman. And, well, yeah, although we only won 1-0 through Spencer's first goal for the club, the 19-year-old, it was a comfortable win. So it was pleasing to get through to the next round of the Southern League Cup with a rotated team, because we then went away to Farsley Celtic, who I think, for me, have one of the most beautiful badges in football. We, again, dominated this game. It was a little bit closer than other games we've played, but we were much the better team, and we got a deserved win in the 76th minute through Max Waltman again. Again, Brown Sterling misfiring. A little bit disappointing there. Clements at left back had a little bit of a rough game. But all in all, very, very pleasing. So all of that means, and I realise now I've been talking for so long before we've even got to this FA Cup game, all of that means that we are clear at the top, 7 out of 7, and we have only conceded 2 goals. Very, very pleasing start. So the next league game we are going to play, which will be part 2 of this episode, is going to be at home against Kettering, our big local rivals, and you can see they are kind of struggling a little bit down in 10th. But it's going to be a massive derby game, a very special day for the new Phoenix club to play Kettering in a league game. But right now we are going in to Radcliffe away in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round. We're going full strength again. Blair, Williams, Onariase, Sonwunmi, Clements, Hazeman, James, Waltman, Jack Brown, Thomas Hughes, and Demalia Brown Sterling up front. On the bench, we've got Richardson, Fenlon, maybe getting his last appearance, Liam O'Neill, Jamie O'Hara, Spencer, Adikoya, who has been going very, very well for the youth team. The youth team has qualified for the I think the first round proper of the FA Youth Cup, which is very, very nice. They got some very good players in there. We'll talk a little bit more about them in part 2. And Gaxa is also on the bench, yet to really turn up and perform so far in his AFC Rushden Diamonds career. Well, let's get forward into this game. The team are starting to get to grips with the formation and the tactics. Hopefully we are now reaching the point where we can really blow teams like Radcliffe away and really start to dream about a massive FA Cup tie. So let's go along with the assistant. Again, not initially responding to players, but I know now in our team talks that by the end of the team talk, we have got a really good bunch of motivated players. So you can see a half decent crowd at Radcliffe, maybe not the best. And I'm thinking I'm going to see how it goes, but with their formation, with them playing those 4 forward players like us, we might want a little bit of a tactical tweak. At the moment, we're doing all right. Just going to encourage the players as they get the first highlight of the game. Again, no one's beaten Sonwunmi in the air. The 6'7" giant. No way you're going to get an aerial ball out of him. Hughes looks for that ball in behind, but again, teams I think know just to sit a little bit deeper against us now, but we do get it back through Hazeman. Hughes got no support from the overlap there. I would have liked to have seen Clements overlapping, but Hughes gets it again. Hazeman on the edge of the box into Brown Sterling, and Waltman off the bar and saved. Do I change things up tactically here? We are dominating the possession. We have had more chances. Another highlight. I'm going to hold off making tactical changes for the moment. Clements, he can play centre-back Clements, and that again really helps because he's decent in the air as well. And Brown Sterling has got another goal in the FA Cup, his 9th FA Cup goal of the season. He is going to be a contender to actually be the competition's top scorer this season, I would imagine. Absolutely phenomenal, and a really good run and cross from Haseman. Would love to get Haseman onto a new contract. He's very ambitious, and he's just not interested at the moment. Let's praise the players for the performance so far. And let's see now if we can maybe just put this game to bed, as we haven't so far this season in the majority of our games. Waltman, Haseman, out to the edge, and it goes all the way back to King James. Williams will get a cross in here, I think. He does, and Jack Brown makes it 2. A very, very pleasing performance so far today, and we, for the first time in AFC Rushden Diamonds history, are looking at the first round proper of the FA Cup. It is huge financially, but it's also a great achievement which shows how much we're progressing as a team. Just going to praise them again. And this is very, very nice. A good chance to maybe make some changes in the second half as well if we carry on this way. Can Hughes get another cross in? He can. And Waltman goes close. Again, he's another one that's had a decent start to his career. And I've got to be pleased with that. We're ahead, and we certainly deserve to be. The players are inspired and motivated. Let's go and really finish this off in the second half. Let's see if Haseman has picked up an injury. Let's make a change here. That's disappointing. I'm going to bring on Morton Spencer, who's developing very, very nicely. I'm going to make him as a deep line playmaker. And it's a good chance for him to get minutes, the 19-year-old. I think he can become a very important player for us, particularly with Jamie O'Hara now being 37 and not really capable of running. In this change of formation this season, I don't really trust Jamie O'Hara to be in that 2-man centre midfield behind Jack Brown. In a 3-man, I'm happy, but as Jack Brown, assisted by Brown Sterling, really wraps up the game, and we can now start thinking about changes. Very, very pleasing. And again, all of our goals have come down that right wing from a cross in from the right. And this is an impressive performance. We have broken all the records for games won in a row. We've broken defensive records in the league. We just look so confident at the moment, and I would not be concerned. Well, I would not be concerned about going up against a Vanarama North or South, or maybe even a National League team in the next round. Now, Brown Sterling injured. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to give a debut to Leslie Adekoya. He is, of course, on loan from Accrington Stanley. He has been going very, very well in the youth team, scoring a lot of goals in the FA Youth Cup, and I think he deserves his debut. They have been a little bit upset with us for not having used him before now, but with Brown Sterling's injury, that does give us the opportunity to give him a debut, and certainly with the position we're in. Let's make another couple of changes as well after this highlight. So Hughes straight into Adekoya, and Adekoya with an absolutely wild shot there. Jack Brown is now extremely tired. Let's bring him out, and I think we'll bring on Leo Gaxa, and we're going to put Waltman in as the attacking playmaker, which for me is his best position. I think I want to use Gaxa as an inside forward. I think he's far more a striker than a winger, although he can play that. And I think one more change here. What shall we do? I think we'll perhaps bring in Jamie O'Hara for King James. Oh no, I can't because of the injury. There's me forgetting what changes I've made. So sorry, Jamie O'Hara. We'll just confirm that change there. Bring in Leo Gaxa. He hasn't yet scored a goal or got an assist. Maybe there's a little chance in the last few minutes for him to get an opportunity. And he might be getting more opportunities depending on Demalia Brown-Sterling's injury. We're going to have to see in a moment how long he is out for. Hopefully it is not serious. I'm going to tell them that was an excellent win. I'm very pleased with that. Again, it's the first FA Cup game where we've had to play against someone technically at the same level as us in terms of their division, and we dealt with it very, very well, didn't we? Going to be very, very exciting now to see who we get in the first round proper of the FA Cup. I'm dreaming of Sunderland away. I'm dreaming of Sunderland away. Please, Football Manager gods, Sunderland away. All right, looks like we might be stuck in a loop. No, there you go. It's finishing now. So when we come back for the next episode, we're going to play Ketchen at home, and we will also be able to tell you. Obviously, who we have been drawn with in the first round of the FA Cup. So a really pleasing win. How much do we? So Brown-Sterling is out for 5 weeks. So our new signing of Asula, I think, is going to be very important. He is going to come straight into the team. Also, more of a chance for Gaxa to start getting some goals as a striker. But that's disappointing. 12 in 12 for Demalia Brown-Sterling. And Hazeman just out for 3 or 4 days. So he is going to miss the next game in the league. But he should then be back for the Kettering game. And we've received another £10,000 there. And we will also have received some gate money. So you can see that has straight away knocked us down to only 140,000 in debt. But we do still have now the first round proper of the FA Cup to come. So that is extremely, extremely pleasing. I'm going to get into the press conference here just to praise the players. And when we come back, it will be ahead of the Kettering Town game in the league, the big derby match. And we will let you know who have we been drawn against in the first round proper of the FA Cup. See you very soon when you click on that link for part 2 of today's episode.